Today we have to talk about Pet Sematary by Stephen King. Actually, the novel is by Stephen King. These ones, or this one in particular, was directed by Mary Lambert. Yeah, this is part 9 of my little series we need to talk about. And well, let's start off with the book. It's an amazing novel by Stephen King, and I don't know how many times I've read this one, but I never get tired of reading this again. It's I think one of the very best adaptations, the movie directed by Mary Lambert, and a lot of famous quotes are coming from this novel, like "Sometimes that is better" or "The soil of a man's heart is stonier," whatever. I can highly recommend reading this. If you only know the movie, you really have to read the book. I mean, this was incredible and really creepy. I think what Mary Lambert did in 1989 with directing the movie Pet Sematary was amazing. I mean, this is an all-time classic, and I never get, like I said, tired of either reading the book or watching this movie, mostly during the Halloween season. And this over here is the Mondo Steelbook release. I don't know when this one was coming out. This is the regular Blu-ray, not the 4K release. This is a remastered Blu-ray. The 4K transfer was carried over from the original UHD disc. And I don't know if this is out of print already, but it was a great artwork. You see the eyes over here, can you see that? Are a bit glossy, and very little is the script. And oh yeah, actually this ticket belongs here. Yeah. Oh yes, it was coming with a DVD. I forgot about that. Yeah, like I said, it's the regular Blu-ray release only, but the transfer looks great on this one. And here we have the DVD. Actually, I don't know if there is bonus material only on the DVD or if it's the identical movie. And talking about Mary Lambert, she's well known as a director of music videos. Like a lot of Madonna videos, she used to direct, starting off with, I don't know, what was it? Borderline and Like a Virgin, Material Girl. Oh, wait a second, I have to switch on the light. Material Girl. And I think La Isla Bonita as well. And the very infamous Like a Prayer in 1989. Yeah. Actually, I talked to her for, I don't know, a lot of times on Twitter. She's a nice one, the Mary Lambert. This was the remake in, I think, 2019, which I saw in the cinema. And I was so angry at, I don't know which studio released this, because there was no spoiler warning when they released the trailer. And I was like, well, what the fuck? I mean, they gave away so much. I mean, the twist that the girl was hit and not the boy by the truck on the road. I mean, that was like one heavy spoiler, and they should have announced that before you watch the trailer. I was so pissed when I saw what happened, and I was like, well, that really killed the story when you saw the trailer beforehand. I was like, well, you guys should have told me before that. Yeah, that really ruined the movie for me, kind of. But I watched it anyways, and it was great. I mean, the ending could have been a bit different. I hardly remember what was going on, but it could have been a bit different, I think. That what was the ending about? That the father was lying on the ground and the daughter was coming back. I don't know if I always thought that he could have stabbed her with that pole of metal he had in his hand or something like that. I don't remember the ending exactly, but yeah, this is an all-time classic, and I don't know how many times I watched it. I think 50 times. I don't know, and I got these little fungos as well, Gage and Church, and I used to talk to the actor Gage, Michael Hughes. I don't know, on Twitter and on Instagram. He's a really funny guy. And there's also a fan movie called Unearthed and Untold online, which is outstanding. I have no idea, and I told that Mary Lambert, why they did not include this documentary on the bonus disc. I mean, this was like a must watch for fans. Unearthed and Untold, the story of Pet Sematary, that's what it's called, I think, by two guys. The one is called John Campiano. We used to send messages back and forth on Instagram. I told him about, I don't know, what things going on in Germany. He was really interested in that. I don't know which movie we talked about. It was Beyond Pet Sematary, but he's really a funny guy, that John guy. And his fellow friend Justin, he composed this documentary with, I will post a link to the full documentary. I think it's available in full on YouTube. You have to watch it. And I also talked about that documentary with, like I said, Miko Hughes, and he hardly remembered scenes because he was like a little kid. I don't know how old he was, 4 years, 5 years during the shooting. And I also had no idea that the little girl, what was she called in the movie? She has a twin sister, the little actress. And because they weren't allowed to shoot for a long time in a row, that is why they switched the girls, which you can't tell when you watch the movie, that these were indeed twins playing the role of, was that Annie Creed? And I never knew that Zelda, the sister of Mrs. Creed, was played by a man. That was another thing I found out when watching this documentary, like I said, which I can highly recommend. And there's a lot of very old footage, behind the scenes footage included, and interviews with Denise Crosby and Gail Midkiff. What was he called? Louis Creed, Gail Midkiff, I think. Yeah, but that's enough about Pet Sematary. But you see and you hear how much I adore this whole thing. I mean, this was one of the childhood movies I couldn't forget about, especially the scene where Gage is hiding under the bed, and what was the neighbor called? Gosh, Judd Crandall is searching for Gage, and you know all what happened then. And of course, the very end, when the credits roll in, the soundtrack, Pet Sematary by the Ramones, is also absolutely fitting for this kind of movie. Yeah. So that's all about the undead in part 7. All right. Was it 7 or was it 8? No, it was 8. I'm sorry, I mixed this one up. So stick around for part 9. Bye.